Hex Monkey, I think you hit the nail on the head, and usually monkeys do that. So I appreciate that, and I want to get to that. So usually we'll like look at the charts and get way into the charts. I don't want to do that right now for a moment because I want to talk about like what people are saying and the people, like I said at the beginning of the show, more people not within this ecosystem already are noticing this ecosystem pumping and are wondering why. And I think this is a great time. I want to use this as a vehicle. It got some engagement from a lot of the community the other day because this guy also, I think KDP and Sami both commented on him. I'm sure probably guys like Crypto Coffee did too. Maybe I just didn't see it. But if you can pull up that Dagnum PI tweet that I sent you, not to necessarily highlight him, it's just that this is a great example of this conversation right now and what you just said, Hex Monkey, about sellers being exhausted. So this guy, and again, I'm not making any judgments on, I like Sami's video right down there. I'm not making any judgments on him. He seems like a fine guy to me. He has at least tens of thousands of followers. I forget how many, but he's been continuously asking. So he's seeing Hex pump, and he's probably first started looking at the EHEX chart, and he's like, this thing has looked totally dead. Why is this suddenly pumping? What's going on? And he's asking, why is it pumping again? And we can look at maybe I'll just actually look at his exact tweet that you have up there. Let me pull this up big so I can actually read it. Hex has a call community, but so does ADA. So this doesn't explain the recent pump. Now, this is already like 2 of his tweets in. He started out by asking, like, why is it pumping? Why the sudden demand? All these things, like trying to make logic of it. Like what happened? What's the concrete thing that happened? Which I think people so often try to do in markets. Like we were talking about BTC price earlier. Like, oh, it's the war and all these things. So yeah, Ewok kind of showing that's how it started.
Yeah, here's his first tweet. I'll just start there and we'll kind of go.
So Hex community, I'm genuinely curious on what is going on. With close to 20,000 different networks, it's impossible to keep track. With the open network TON, it's easy to understand what was causing the TON pump, which accounts are best for data. So it's cool that he's curious. I mean, he's looking into it and like, why is it happening and stuff like that. And, TON's one of those coins that I don't know everything about it, but I'm sure it's likely been VC backed and stuff like that. And what's happening behind the curtains there a little bit, but Hexo replied, you look like you've been in crypto a while. Sometimes there isn't. Yeah, exactly. There isn't a definite reason why it's pumping. It pumps and creates FOMO and gets more people to buy. I hate to say that it's just as simple as this, but it is. I mean, like, the timing of cycles, exactly what Hex Monkey said a moment ago, sellers being exhausted. We've been dead for 3 goddamn years. What more do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, we just reached like all-time lows for the second time within a year. It just ends at some point. And maybe it doesn't always go up like in a straight line or like V bounce off or something like that. We have been rounding. But yeah, it's gone up kind of hardcore. If you what did KDP say? She said Pulse Chain and Hex have all the fundamentals. At the end of the day, she talks about community, and he's like, well, I get it, but these have communities too, and blah, blah, blah. Sami tweeted something to him as well. Oh, they told him, watch some of Sami's videos and you'll understand or whatever. If you go back up to what you did at the very first tab up, just wherever you started, just go the whole way up to the top, just whatever the original was. Yeah, here we go. So, okay, no, the other one. No, go back. It was the very first thing you had up when you started. Yeah, here we go. Scroll up. There you go. Yeah, he says if it can flip current resistance into support, that it could fly. He understands about the price. Community said look into Sami. Still looking where this is what he can't get out of his head. And I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying, like, people keep trying to assign logic, and this is not unique to Pulse Chain. This is like the markets, I think. But community or where's the sudden demand for Hex coming from? I do agree that this year and next will be pivotal. Not the dumb projects, 25, 26. I don't know what he's saying here. 25, 26, both Solana and Ethereum will most likely be removed from the top 10. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see that either. I don't see Ethereum
Solana,
maybe Solana.
Yeah.
Solana is one of those networks where if they continue to have issues where the network goes down and people finally see it for what it is, it could have some problems and people could kind of shy away from it. Again, we're getting back into that educational part of DeFi, and it's not DeFi. It's not DeFi at all if they can just turn it off and on at a whim if there's a problem. So a lot of people don't know that about Solana, and it's kind of up to us to educate them and tell them that, do you really want to be on a network that can just flip a switch? It's not really trustless when that can happen. So yeah, this guy's got, I just looked, he's got 24.1 thousand followers. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he does have a big voice, and it's good to see the interactions like Hexo and Katie and Sami and all these guys giving him the reasons. But exactly like you said, there isn't one. It's just, there has been so much FUD for 3 years, and the community is still so strong. We haven't gotten shaken out. And I think, a testament to that is how many people are here for 15 years that, that's what it goes to. It's not just a matter of owning coins, because we own coins, but we're locked in those coins, and we're not going anywhere if we want to. So, that has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, I just my main focus was just that's why, again, Hex Monkey, you make a great point. Sellers are just exhausted. Sometimes markets start to go up, and that's why this ecosystem is going up. We've just been down here for so long. There doesn't need to be some story, but it is good that we are seeing people on Twitter start to react to that and wonder what's going on. And he's not the only one. There's been other people tweeting about it, people checking in on Hex and stuff because they see the price going up. So maybe he just needs, I don't know, the realization that, like, with not everything needs to have some kind of narrative that goes along with it. You know what I mean? So